早安、午安或晚安，欢迎你们收听 No Time to Talk。每一期我都会去探望一位朋友，和他们一起聊聊当今热门的主题。这集是续接上一集的男女平等，谢谢你们的收看。OK， 这样 OK， 这样你们知道我们下过 KL 嘛？你们知道 MRT 有一个 female coach 这个东西吗？你们 What are your thoughts on female coach 这个东西？你们觉得是有必要的吗？I mean 来这种 elderly 那种叫什么金牌位置啊，就来给老人家还是 disabled 做啊 ，OK 很容易理解嘛，因为他们不方便嘛。But how about female coach 这个东西
？Okay, so I feel this is very feel 你不用讲啊 like for me I think it's quite obvious that that it should be there and because it's not because we need to protect because female are weaker we need to protect female but it's that what men are doing usually because what is happening in this MRT LRT whatever especially in Asia is very common. People will like 偷拍 this kind of stuff and it's become the fact that it's become such a big issue that you need to make a complete different coach for females only really shows like this is a really huge problem. Maybe they should somehow implement like stricter laws or more like easier ways for people to report this kind of crimes because this is a very common thing, especially even in Malaysia. Sometimes you'll see in like the like news what 死变态
偷拍群体
they're fucking at like cosplay event or some events then偷拍人. I feel this is too common in our Asian society.
So it's quite neat
I feel it's necessary.
How about male coach?
I feel.
Do you think it's necessary?
I feel it's not necessary just due to the evidence that there are there are very very few females doing this kind of harassment. So and sexual harassment as well. So it's just due to evidence that it's not that.
Stats shows.
As the stat shows.
I see.
Okay, thank you Aldo for sharing.
这太客气了。
I agree with Aldo on the fact that the implementation of this females only coach is very necessary just for the purpose of safety and like just for prevention. But I feel like because I don't know in Malaysia, I feel no one really takes this women's only coach that seriously. You will very often find males
still in that coach.
So
really?
I feel God.
Especially when full already.
That they just got on the news only. I think it was like an Australian woman in the women's only coach in Malaysia in KL.
Okay.
And then when she was asking the group of local guys to like, this is the women's only coach, they like made fun of her and sexually harass her, I think. So I feel like the issue is trying to solve is still very, very prevalent. I feel like having a women's only coach doesn't really solve the problem at the core. As at most the most it can do is separate the females from the mixed gender sort of coaches. So but I feel like stricter laws and stricter punishments should be reinforced. There's really no regulations for this kind of crime. Like the most you do, you complain to a officer, what the officer gonna do? Sexually harass you back also harass you like not even kidding so the idea and the idea of the women's only coach, I get what they're trying to do and I feel like it is necessary, but I feel like what's even more necessary is like actually giving punishment,
stronger law enforcement
to the men, the sexual harassers who harass women in public transport, other than just giving women a place to go. But like, actually it's just like I feel like it's quite superficial like you're just doing it because like other countries do it and then you want to be progressive or what, but like I feel like
just confirm like that
sort of confirm the problem definitely still prevails
I see.
The problem is still there. So I'll pass to Tze Juin.
Okay, thank you Shermaine and Tze Juin for her sharing. So I do agree their point, and my point, I don't really have point, but similar lah.
Same lah.
So
I'm sure everyone can agree.
yeah, I think like this thing. I forgot what I want to say.
Think about it.
This thing is like it's there, but it's not really useful, you know, because like you cannot stop people from doing what they are, what they want,
what they are
what they
doing.
want to do. You know, like there's these aggressive humans, men, even women. So like I feel also education is really important
Education.
because like even you enforce these laws or like this what do I say, like these coach things like you take this action, but like Shermaine say, if you go to an officer, if this officer is a male and like 他觉得没有什么的话 like yeah, he probably sexually harass you back so like for real 就是教育很重要，我觉得要真的有这个想要去要整个 society 都 aware of 这个 issue， 然后他们要一起去 educate 他们的下一代。你要从小就跟你的孩子讲，其实什么是正确，什么是不正确。不能讲完全正确，因为 like there's always gray areas。
but 要教他们这样 recognize is this sexual harassment 这样子。你要跟他讲道德上什么是对的，什么是错的，不然你们学 moral 来做什么？道德教育很重要，虽然道德就是我觉得讲小学要教道德，可是道德这一个科目，很多人都觉得就是没有用了，就是你讲考都能考100分，因为你知道什么是对的，可是你会不会去做这件事情？你会不会做人？你会是道德不应该用考试来考，好像你很容易小学问你捡到钱应该怎样？你在考试你一定是讲你交给警察，可是你现实中捡到钱你会怎样？你会怎样
？I prefer not to answer。
我肯定自己收在广告。
你看这个就是教育的失败。
现在我们应该给我们做 experiment 放起来他们前面老师掉50块看那个学生会不会还你
就是我觉得我身边的朋友都快 ethical 可是有时候身边的朋友how to say like not too seriously unethical 一点点人性本恶然后可是有时候我有接触到一些其他的人的话，有时候我会很 shock of like 为什么他们会这样想？我觉得就是那个三观，就是有时候我不理解。as 我自己的话，我肯定不会选择做这些东西，可是有些人他们会选择做这种东西，可是为什么是教育的问题，还是天生这样，还是来什么？我也不知道为什么，所以我是觉得这一方面比较值得去深入研究、探讨、摸索一下。
I see， 所以没有 different voices 没有说来没有因为我也是觉得woman coach 是 actually for 我啦 I mean I can call me a sexist or something 啦 but 我是觉得but 我是对我来讲 woman coach 这个东西不会对我有什么影响就 OK
因为他还是做下去
就那2个 coach 我不能劲爆but 我还是可以去 normal coach 嘛 I mean makes no difference for me 这样子
可是是啦，可是因为你不是那种会拍人家的
也 maybe 啦，所以对我来讲就是OK 嘛，做咯，反正都不关我事，这 policy
是就是有时候甚至有些人他们其实是不理解这个东西是拿来做什么的。
是 I see OK
Education That's why education is important. Our Malaysia third world country mentality still very prevalent everywhere.
I am very I agree Aldo Teo Hong's point very much. Yes.
Okay. Then okay lah. It's about time lah. So let's end our podcast with some stories.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys ever experienced sexism?
Sexism.
Sexism like 就来有点被性别歧视的感觉。apart from 你们刚才那个店的那个 story 啦，你们有没有？不
知道哪一个店
啊？不知道哪个店啦，不知道啦。来。
OK， 这个是一个很 silly 的 story，so like 我也没有什么很 seriously 被 sexist 过啊 ，but like 这个就是小学的时候我们在数学补习班，我们那时候是每一节课会做练习这样啊，就一整张考卷这样，然后很 competitive 嘛，就那几个数学比较好的，一定要看谁比较快做完了，然后就是他们会有一种stereotype， 就是他们一定觉得第一个一定是男生。
就你们班的人这样讲啊？
他们会觉得第一个是男生的话很理所当然，他们不会觉得女生的数学应该比男生好。所以我每次都是第一个。
哎呦，子君
show off。
这样，但是这样好，然后你第一个他们会哇子君第一个耶，哇女生第一个耶，他们会这样子有这样的反应吗
？I mean 一开始他们就会 expect 是那个男生可是到后来他们习惯了的时候，hopefully 我减少一点他们的那个
bias
Okay.
Have you ever been sexist?
Yeah, me as a man, I cannot think of being
any stories you can share.
So, no, even that is not made. No, but yeah, as a man myself, I have not gotten this kind of experience because commonly it is a curse to females. End of story for me.
Whoa.
Okay.
So, I don't really have a specific story to tell because I feel like sexism 这个东西 I feel like there's not one singular event that can say like, oh, this is something happened to me that I feel is quite sexist because I feel it's happening throughout a woman's life.
Every day.
I wouldn't say every day. There might be okay. It's quite hard to describe lah. It's like constantly like how do I say? I have to think. I'll give me like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, then I share mine first.
Okay, you share first. Please.
So okay, it's not also a particular event lah. But I want to complain if my church members are listening. Sorry lah. Okay, so like one thing I don't really like about my church 就是我教会他们很 separate 男生跟女生的，就来他们很看重说男生跟女生一定要分开这样子的东西。Okay, but这个没有很 affect 到我啦，因为给我男生女生分开 normal 嘛。But then 我其实很不爽的一个东西就是说，每次 let's say like 你们 church 我们常常要帮忙搬东西啊，或者有 event 什么要帮忙搬东西这种比较粗的工我很不爽，就是说来那些老师他们一直要說可以叫人家來幫忙搬這個東西一下，他們講的第一句話就是來男生來搬，就來我就 I mean 我覺得 OK for 我啦，我as一個男生 of course 如果來有女生也一起去的話有女生講我一定會OK啦不要講還是比較重我搬，你搬自己比較輕的東西 OK 這個我覺得是很自然的東西 but then 就是因為他講的那句話弄到
不要搬了，
就没有 ，it's okay，it seem like 你要 clean 你的房，你要开始读书啊，你要读书啊，我突然间你妈妈讲去读书一下，最好不要读书，去读书你就不爽啊，你就来 sim 啦，就来
学习
就来OK， 你没有跟我讲，你没有跟我们男生讲，我们一定也是会帮女生搬比较重的东西嘛，but 然后他们就来不用紧，女生坐在旁边休息男生搬。这样子就是，哎呀，我就有点不是很喜欢就是这个culture，but it has been like this for some time indeed lah.
It will always be like this
Yeah, I think, and it will always be like this lah. But I mean, 我理解男生搬出东西 of course 嘛 ，but
just the fact that they call you out and then 你不爽
，they call you out 来男生搬，女生休息。
I feel it's a 女生休息 that really hits home
Yeah,
怎么会的休息
？It's like
大家都可以搬，只是 depend on 你搬的东西。
对。
In fact， 我不介意女生休息，只是说，
为什么老师特地
是 maybe 是夺走那个我可以讲出这句话的那种感觉 ，maybe I don't know，but yeah，this is one thing I don't really like about my church 啦。是 Sure.
Okay, for me specific. Okay, I like I said, I don't really have a specific event, but I feel like it's just been sexist. Okay. One thing I'm very okay. So for females, right? Particularly for females, appearances matter a lot. This one I'm sure Aldo and Tze Juin, they've heard of this before already. I think Gabriel, you also heard before already this story. But like, ever since when I was young, I don't think you've heard before. Actually, I can say now. It's okay. I can share. Ever since when I was young, right, I always felt because not to toot my own horn, but like 我会读书 was like everyone everyone around me 有跟我讲过我会读书 and then 你会读书 okay, thank you Tze Juin for that input. And then like ever since 小学的时候 like I was a fat kid lah, right? And I was fat and I was very tomboyish. And then like 我发育 thank you, I know like 我也是我早发育 and then 我一上来我长大我不是那种人家会看到那种很可爱很天真那种小女生 I mean 我曾经是啊，我一出生都我妈妈跟我讲一出生我很可爱的，然后不知道我其实开始长歪了and then no it's kidding, I don't feel bad for myself. Then it's always been like I was never really treated as a girl. So like I always had the feeling like okay 简单一句话来讲啊，幸好你会读书this kind of feeling, right? So like as 我大了 and then 我开始会爱美了 blah blah blah. I will always have that feeling like 其实女生啊，如果 OK 就是其实女生啊，你怎样都逃离不到 the fact that for 女生你要成功，你要抢第一，你必须要 to some extent 好看，你不能难看。Maybe it's not 你必须要会打扮 like 一个男一个女两个一样聪明，如果女生丑的话拜拜 right I mean okay 啦 not to say 丑 but like if 你没有打扮 if 你没有画眉毛 if 你没有涂口红去做工，人家会讲你
if 你不符合社会的审美，
对，人家会讲你不顾自己不自爱。
For men is yeah, I agree that for men also is like if you see a very successful person and he looks like shit, and then you still think he's like he's so engrossed in his own
cut掉
as the producer cut掉 but for men that are very successful you would think that he's so he must be a genius that he's so smart or he's so hardworking that he doesn't care about anything else. I really look up to that. But if it's a woman that looks very undesirable and then they are like in a very high position, I feel there's a different kind of connotation that maybe they'll look at it differently. I think they'll look at it differently and they'll think like they don't like
the only reason she got there, I mean like okay lah, I will use a pretty woman as an example lah. Let's say we take two really successful people, one is a male and one is a female, and then if the female is like really pretty or what, like the most I feel like a really common thought that will go through people say is like 哎呀她肯定是美所以呢一定是因为她美 right? And then a female's looks can be their biggest, it's like the biggest determining factor lah, I feel. Because I watched an interview somewhere before, like I cannot reference it lah because I forgot the name already. But there was this like female genius, like she's super smart. I think she like won, I don't know, like she entered like some IQ competitions and won like out of the males and then she went on this interview. I think it's on Oprah or something. I forgot already. And then the interviewer got asked her like, and she's gorgeous. This is the thing. She's very very beautiful.
Okay.
Then the interviewer got asked her, if I gave you a choice between your brain or your looks, which one would you choose to keep? And then she answered her looks. Why? Because she said being pretty has gotten her further in life than being smart ever has. So yeah, for being so like as I said, the biggest determining factor for a female in whether or not you can succeed or whether how far you can go in life, a big part of it has to do with your looks, which is very unfortunate because not all of us, to some extent, you can control your looks. You can make up, you can diet, you can conform to the beauty standards that society has. But why do we have to do that? when males do not.
Ah.
Why do we have to do that to succeed?
This
Males,
is the sexist part.
yeah, males they can. I'm sure, of course, males, of course, they have their body image issues.
Body
They,
image issues.
I'm sure males also have their body image issues, but
Uh-huh.
the way their appearance affects their success in their life, I feel like it's not as it doesn't go as deep rooted as females are. Like, there's always a pressure to be prettier than other girls. If you see another girl who is prettier than you, this I feel every girl has felt this personally lah. When a lot of it stems from insecurity. This is another thing. Girls from young, they've always been taught to be insecure about their looks. Every single girl I've met, they have dieted before. I don't know, have you? Yeah, even Tze Juin.
Even this skinny.
Yeah, she's so like she fits the Asian beauty standard perfectly. Yeah, even she has felt like she needed to diet.
Agree.
So like every single girl I've met, it's like, oh yeah, 我小时候我以前我一天我不吃饭， like 我一整天不吃的，我只吃鸡蛋。That's so unhealthy. Why is this the norm? It's encouraged.
It's encouraged.
It's encouraged, and it's so sad. And then it's like between two girls, there's always the feeling of like, how to be like, okay, let's say lah. I mean, I'm sure we've all had these kind of childish thoughts before. I mean, as girls ourselves
No, as guys, I don't care. I say, oh,
yeah, like there's always been like, you're definitely going to be like bitter about someone else's appearance. Like how to say, 你看到一个人比你成功 and then 你会讲 like 他很美咩 not 比你成功啦 but like not 比你成功啦 like how to say, they get something you don't want. 为什么他能拿到我不能拿到 and then the first thing that will pop to your head is like 他比我好看咩 although as a man,
As a man.
yeah, and also so yeah, this is the thing so
子君会有能分享看有没有真的是有这样子的情况过吗？
Insecure
能 relate 到吗？
relate how to say, like if somebody gets something that I desire, like, yeah, sometimes I would think like why 为什么那个人不是我？
你的 first thought 会是因为他的 looks 吗？
it will be one of it, but I'm not sure is it like whether is it the first thing.
One.
Yeah, and something to add on is like, if 你是一个 like how to say company CEO, if 这个男生是一个 company CEO or another company CEO 是一个女生，like even if 这个男的他 I mean according to Asian beauty standard or whatsoever 啦， like 如果他很肥 like 他有很大的肚腩，你会想他都这样忙了 like 他要一直去应酬一直喝酒 so yeah that's why 他肥啦。如果一个女的 CEO 她是肥的，你会想为什么她都做到这样了，她不能管一下她自己的 look
对对对
like 你为什么身为你身为一个 CEO 你不能你不是应该很 discipline 咩？ Why you cannot have control over your own appearance, like physical appearance? It's like
So
yes.
Back to
Agree.
Yeah, Aldo have anything?
My mom asked me to diet, guys.
What?
It's so sad.
I mean, that's why as girls all being pressured to look a
encouraged
certain
to
way.
diet more.
Yeah, and then it's like also another thing
My
I mentioned.
mom.
I want to point out is like as girls, I don't know if like you two got feel, but have you ever felt like dressing a certain way is like wrong? Like you cannot wear what you want.
Okay. So the first time the first ever time I was wearing a crop top or like 比较低胸一点的衣服 like I was so insecure because like you can distinctly like sense that
People are looking
at you, like people are looking at you, especially men.
Yes, I agree.
And those side like it's not even 友好的 it's like judgmental and
True.
yeah and things
It's like you cannot, as girls, you always have to be wary of what you wear. Like, is this gonna make me look fat? And then 你要想 like 哪一个部分看起来会肥？我手会肥嘛？我肚子会肥嘛？坐下来我肚子会露嘛？我腿会大嘛？这个会显我的脚粗嘛？
难怪这样举难怪这样
you know
I see.
It's all. I mean, I wish I could be the type of.
I don't know. I'm just.
I wish I could be the type of woman who doesn't care about what other people think, but I
I used to wish I were a man because like
still do.
because like they can wear like whatever they want.
I still do wish I was a
just,
man.
what's the first thing in my wardrobe? I'll just take it out. Okay lah.
It's so easy, you know, like a pants and a t-shirt will do.
Yeah. I mean,
People will not even say they are more.
I mean, hey, but I want to say like, okay, this pants and t-shirt thing, this is what I often wear to school. I wear oversized t-shirts and like loose baggy pants to school a lot. But I'm very sure that a lot of people think the way I'm wearing is very lam noa.
Yeah, but for men it's like, oh,
But for men, it's like, wow, so baggy, so cool eh.
so cool guy.
And then, yeah, and then like the like when I want to try to wear something like 比较紧 like 比较 fitting or like 比较 show 有露这里露那边露这边露那边and then it's like you have to be subjected to the stares and looks from people, you know. Then they were like, you really can feel you're looking one, especially if you know you're wearing something more revealing than you're used to then you have to like wow, and then you feel like the cover up one, you know. It's like so annoying, and then it's like yeah, you cannot really be fully confident. How to say? There's always gonna be people looking. You cannot be fully
happy when you're wearing. Because
you can be, but you have to learn not to care.
women usually 女生通常穿衣服一定要穿好看的嘛，
对
but 可能因为可能比较 low 一点点就弄到他们 cannot fully enjoy 这个
Yeah, and the only reason they cannot fully enjoy is because they are being sexualized.
Object
你穿着你自己想穿的衣服 like you're so happy about your fit you think like you have a good fit good outfit and then 你看然后你要出门之前你开始想我这样穿等下会不会有人觉得这样那样
会不会有人觉得我要露我的东西会不会有
人觉得你很小
会不会有人觉得
故意穿来取悦男生 like bro I wear like I like it
yeah if I like yeah true I mean this attitude is easy to have but when you feel the stares on you it's hard to ignore you will still want to cover up it's just purely uncomfortable. Yeah.
I see.
Thoughts?
As a man myself. Okay. For the last part about like what women wear, the one I don't. I mean, because I don't wear revealing stuff, and I if I do wear revealing stuff, I'm sure people will stare at me. But I feel it's more, of course, a lot more common for females to experience this. And then what was the point? What was the point before that? You say one?
Looks, the appearance first.
For women, they need to have appearance.
Yeah. For beauty stand. Yeah, that's true. That one that's what I was trying to say at the start, but then I couldn't get to it.
Okay, that time is almost.
Okay, yay.
Well, we are. I think we need to split to 2 parts.
Yeah, our long.
Okay.
Yeah, we got part 1, part 2.
Additional episode.
Yeah.
Because Gabriel thinks that he drove 4 hours to Kampar for this,
Yeah.
so like he like
I
had to
need
be
more.
separated.
Yeah, more content. 才划算.
This is the most. Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully we have provide like a lot of
Sufficient
content.
Thank you, Gabriel, for giving me this opportunity to speak both Chinese and English, as I have not been able to for the last 3 months due to Kampar Utah students only preferring to speak one language. Yeah, so it feels very enlightening to
Very
speak
Penang,
English. Yeah, it feels very Penang.
Feels like home, man.
Okay. So finally lah. Okay. For any advices or if there are any audience or listeners, you guys are facing sexist from maybe friends or workforce, are there any advices you can give to this group of people? Like currently they are facing this type of problem and they don't know what to do. Any advices?
Like, if you are like, sexist, it's quite hard to overcome. Quite hard to comment. But like, if you are sexually harassed, right, please reach out for help. Please talk to anyone.
Don't normalize this.
Yeah, you should find those trustable people. Just don't normalize this. It's not normal. It's even like quite how to say like very 扭曲的想法 is not normal definitely.
I feel like advice I would give is like your opinion matters. Your experience and your opinion and your voice matters. So like if you feel like you are powerless, you are not powerless. I feel like you can you should go and find people, other women who have maybe related to experience. Maybe men, yes. So who
Men
knows?
can be sexually harassed also.
Hi, Aldo. Then yeah, just don't underestimate the power of your voice. Okay, next.
Me as a man, as usual, as a man myself, it's good.
you can.
Yeah, as a man, it is good to be able to find like it is good to have people to talk to. I feel for men it's very common for you to go through things yourself. So maybe you should, as a person that has that most of my friends are female. Most. I feel when I talk to girls more, they are very often more understanding. You really have an easier time talking to girls about whatever lah, like anything. So I feel it's very stigmatized. So just don't be afraid. You know, like people can think whatever they want about you. You think you gay they think you whatever lah, but you really need to not be so insecure. You're like if you're confident about who or what you are, then it doesn't matter what other people think. Yeah. So that's from my experience.
So guys, conclusion is Aldo is very appreciative and very happy for having two lovely girl housemates. That's so true, man.
That is exactly what I wanted to say by the end of this long.
Aldo's whole message in the podcast was to say he's so appreciative of us. He loves us so much.
Okay, bro.
Okay.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, and thank you to you guys also.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Also, thank you to the audiences for listening to this two parts. Oh yeah, if Hui Xing you're listening, or Chia,
Who else?
anyone else?
Everyone else, please.
Please listen to our podcast.
And if you
It's my
did,
only
thank
chance
you.
to get on the podcast.
Yeah, guys, like during the talk show yesterday, right, I was 720K followers, the influencer. Apparently, I'm not, but hopefully, I will become someday. So yeah.
She's making things up again.
Also, I don't know what she's talking about.
But thank you for listening and thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
And yeah.
See you in the next No Time to Talk. Hello.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
感谢你们的收听，我们下期再见。